Since I'm as a small kid, my father was proposed me to become the fourth generation in my family in working with jewelry, because my great grandfather started a company more than 110 years ago. So I was not obliged, but I had this great opportunity. So one day I decided to move forward. It's a great industry. Honestly, when you work with the nature, when you create things for your clients, when you have to get inspiration from the nature, when you can use a sentiment that you have, and when you can be inspired from your life, from the people around you, from your clients, it's beautiful to have this possibility. I try always to give to my students as much as I can in terms of real information from the market today. I don't talk about the past too much. I don't give old books. I don't give simple knowledge. I try to inform them in what is happening now in the market. Usually I talk about the events that arrive in the last few months, in the last weeks. In the industry. I try to explain them how the industry works, starting from the mine to when the piece of jewelry is in the windows. So I really try to push them to force their creativity, to imagine themselves inside of a company, or maybe even creating a company. I push them to become entrepreneur in this industry, because a lot of things can be done. It's a very interesting moment now in our industry, because in diamond industry, in jewelry industry, thanks also to the new generation, there is a big need about transparency, about sustainability. I started to take care of that since I entered this industry, because I think that it's vital, it's very important to be transparent, to be honest, and to serve our clients in the best way. So transparency now is a need. It is not possible anymore just to propose something in this industry saying, look, this is a nice stone, a beautiful piece of jewelry, buy it. It's not enough. Now we have to provide certificate, we have to also to talk about the origin, where the diamonds are from, where the stones are from, how they arrived here, if everybody in the chain and production chain respected all the laws, all the practice. So it's extremely important, and I'm very happy about that, because I'm fighting to try to make this industry more and more transparent. Well, in the last, we can say 5-10 years, a lot of things happened. Before, the market was divided by a different type of industries. The miners, then the people who polish diamond, the jewelry producer, and then the distributors. The chain was very long. It was partly impossible to have rules that everybody have to respect. Now it's different. Now the chain is shorter, and there are groups who work from the mine to the final customer. Even my company, even if we are small, we are trying to achieve this goal. So the transparency is important, so the role of laboratories are more and more important. So practically all big gemological laboratories in the world are pushing in this way of traceability. Also blockchain technologies are helping. Through that technologies we are able to determine it exactly when the diamond is from. We can be sure that the diamond is not involved in blood diamonds or bad things. So the bad people are more and more out of this industry. Now, particularly in the last 5 years, we saw a lot of change in terms of prices, in terms of difficulties in having material, difficulties in production, difficulties in a lot of ways. So all that problem made the industry more clean, more transparent. So it's an industry that now a lot of things can be done, and particularly from young people. This is why I always push my students to use their brain to understand, during already my course, understanding how the industry is evolving, already thinking what they can do, what they can apport in this field. So how can I enter in a company? Yes, but what they can do in the company, the difference that they can make the day that they become a manager in the company, or maybe when they launch a startup to do something. And a lot of things can be done also online. The e-commerce changed a lot of things. We saw during the COVID what happened. A lot of people started also to purchase jewelry online or taking the decision online. That is also very important. So all the companies are trying to move in online or having a presence online and communicate properly online to the customer, because even if you don't buy online, but if your decisions are finally if you took the decision, if you take the decision online during a process, it's very important. So we are all more transparent, because online means be transparent. Transparency is traceability, so the world has become more clean and more real. Well, I have a very, very nice story to tell you. 10 years ago, I decided to restart to make jewelry as my grandfather was doing, because my father was simply a diamond dealer. Why I took that decision? Because one day I was in the yacht club here in Monaco. I saw a film by chance with friends. The title was The Ocean Plastic, and I was shocked about this film. In the end, we were like 100 people, nobody was able to talk. We were shocked. 10 years ago, we didn't have the same sensitivity now we know. So I decided to do something. And as I'm a jeweler, I decided to take all my best stone and diamonds, basically, that I had, my personal collection. I decided to create unique pieces. And I contacted some entities. I discovered, for example, the Prince Albert Foundation, the Oceanographic Museum, the Scientific Center in Monaco, and I started to work with them. And now I spend my time in understanding why we can make an impact. This is by our Prince Foundation that become for me very important. So I work with them and I try to understand what can we do with the Oceanographic Museum. So that entities are in Monaco, and now with them we create things. We do a lot of projects, and my main collection that is called Mare Nostrum talk about the sea, and we reverse money to the foundation, and we do events with the foundation. We talk with our clients, our suppliers, about the urgency to do something to save this planet. So my company is completely in that direction. All my people in the company, we do a lot of things. I even organize with the IUM, the Monaco Ocean Protection Challenge. That is a competition that we asked from different universities in the world to come here and to try to present projects to save the ocean. So it was completely a bomb in my life, understanding that there is a problem, we have to do something. Maybe because I am also father, so I try also to do something for my kids. So I think that this is something very important. This is very well, it's very nice, this is a pleasure, because you don't simply make money or do something, but you do something also in order to save this planet. And I see that a lot of people, in particular wealthy people, they're extremely happy to participate. So I'm creating this community of sensitive people, and all together we are trying to do our best in order to save our planet. It is a very interesting question, because be successful today, it's not easy, because as I told you, there is a lot of changement in the industry. So I think that one key could be focused in something, choose a niche maybe, and try to work well in that niche. Now the competition is worldwide. It does not exist anymore. The small jeweler who work in the small city with a small number of clients. Now the competition is completely open. My competitors are in Dubai, as in New York, or in a lost town in Italy, because with a simple e-commerce you can present your products everywhere. So if I have to give a suggestion to young people, to my students, I always try to explain them that they have this fresh mentality. They arrive in the market now, so they can observe the market with fresh eyes and maybe create something that my generation is not able to create anymore, because we are already busy in our company doing different things. So a young person can be able to imagine something different, and also because a young person have more time than us, and time is everything in life. So one of my suggestions is start to very young to create a company or work in a company with a lot of energy, because I see some students losing time. Sometimes I meet against my old students and I discover that for 5 years they did practically nothing, because maybe they don't put enough energy in order to create a company or to become a manager. Even if you make mistakes, don't worry. It's better to make thousands of mistakes and then after succeed in something. So the question is difficult, and so be focused is the most important thing. Try to find a niche, so a product or a service, and work on that deeply. And also don't forget to observe the market. Always observe your competitor and try to do something new. Don't copy what the other did. It's not smart to try to remake another Cartier, another Chopard, or a New De Beers. It's impossible. They built it 180 or 50 years ago. Now the world is different, so the business model has to be completely new. We have to use technologies, we have to observe the market. So a business has to be something completely creative. So the market is still big, there are a lot of things that has to be done. So my suggestion is be creative, be passionate, don't lose time. During my course, I always try to give suggestions to the students. As I am an entrepreneur, since I'm maybe 15 years old, I always try to convince them to believe in themselves, to build the skills, of course, but one of the most important skills is to observe the market and to be able to analyze what you have in front of you. Even talking simply with the older people that you can find, entrepreneur or manager, try to talk with them and say, look, if you, that you are 6 years old, if you were as I am, 20 years old, what you can suggest me? Which is your most difficult problem? So maybe you can solve the problem of this company. For example, if a company have a problem to have traceability on a specific stone, what you have to do? Simply study the reason why, and maybe going in the country where the ruby are from, and go there and try there to find a solution. So maybe creating a company here with a base in another country, so create bridge, you know, in order to put people together and try to find the problem, so the sustainability, the traceability, and also it's very important to talk with the clients, the final customer. So B2C mentality is the mentality that can give you the possibility to understand what we have to do in the market. Because a big mistake that is in the industry, it was always done, is that the people were thinking with the B2B mentality. So who was in the beginning of the chain, they didn't really know what the final customer desired. So this industry was not working very well for that reason. So one suggestion again could be try to analyze, talk with the people, and try to find new solutions for the problems. Don't do the things that the old manager, old entrepreneur ask you to do. You are not a machine. Now we have AI that can do repetitive things, stupid things. Try to be creative and try to move a step forward.